What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze. Today we are back with another Dokkan battle video. Today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully you guys are having a very good day today. And today we have here the newest category on global, which of course is the gifted warriors here. And also this is gonna be AKA the Dokkan Fest Trunks and Goten versus the legendary GT Goku event. So this actually might be a mission later on in the future. As you guys know, Dokkan has actually been pushing the new categories when it comes to missions or kind of like challenges in the game of Dokkan, so I might as well just try and do this very quickly. This right here was actually very simple. I mean, the easy A's of Super Saiyan Trunks and Goten are just really ridiculous. Making this team build actually made me a little bit scared. The reason why is because most of our units are going to be physical, and as you guys know, the Great Ozaru phase here, or the Golden Ozaru, is going to be STR, so I was pretty worried. This was actually my second try. So I wasn't too sure if I could actually get it done, so I decided not to do it in IRL. So I decided to do it like off camera. But I mean, this was actually pretty simple. It was actually very simple. Again, the Gifted Warriors is a very good category. It's a very fantastic category. The reason why is because there's so many good units, especially when you pair up with the Kamehameha category. It actually becomes one of the most broken teams in Dokkan. Now the only thing is that the Gifted Warriors category is going to be HP and attack 170 and defense 130. I prefer defense 170 instead of 130 just because it's much better for taking like super attacks or even normals in this mode here, because the legendary GT Goku event, when you reach to Super Saiyan 3, they hit very hard on their normal attacks, right? So I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, it's still a very good category. Like I said before, Goten and Trunks are very good, but they're not the best leader for the GT. Sorry, not for GT, but for the Gifted Warriors. The reason is because their links are very wonky, so characters like Frieza here aren't going to link up very well, because they don't share any links except for Fierce Battle, which is not really the greatest, right? But I mean, these guys are still very good, especially with their broken passive, or their active skill here, sorry, because their active skill is actually very easy to use. Turn 3, you need to have at least a Goten or a Trunks on the turn, and you can actually activate on turn 3, which does give them a 100% chance to dodge. Now, when using their active skill, you have to remember that in the legendary GT Goku event, in the last phase, you're not able to dodge. So you do have to use it either in the Golden Ozaru phase or in the Super Saiyan 4 Int stage here. But I did decide to save it for the Golden Ozaru stage just because, as you guys know, he hits very hard. So I want to try and take advantage of it if there's going to be multiple attacks in the back in the third spot here. Again, this is a friend at 79%. Look how much damage we're doing. He's just popping off. These guys could hit very hard. They're really good. But again, it is going to be based on RNG. Even though it's a great chance for them to pass, I mean, after they super attack, to hit those high numbers, it's still RNG based. Now, a great chance is a 70% chance, but still, it is going to be based on RNG. So again, very important, because sometimes it can look very mid, and sometimes they look like god level, like the best TOR in the game, right? But again, the only thing is that they get most of their defense after they super attack, so that's also one other flaw. But I mean, it's not a very big flaw, because that's like most of the game anywhere, where most of the units get their defense after they super attack. So again, these guys are very good. Now here you can see here they're at 2.4. They only have Fierce Battle activated, which is actually not that bad considering that they only have Fierce Battle and that there's no support. Unfortunately, I had to put them in the front because again, their defense at 55% could look wonky sometimes, but I mean, Vegeta at the back is way more better defensively. Also decided to bring the Vegeta instead of the Gotenks, the Int Gotenks. The reason why is because the Int Gotenks at sometimes, because of the team build here, there is going to be some instances where we're not able to super attack, so I decided to bring the Vegeta instead, because again, he's much more consistent with the orb change and actually helps everyone else in the team as well. So again, this Vegeta is just really good. He's just aging very well. Again, this is probably a easy no item run if we have the same name update or if we have the 6th year anniversary. Just because again, it's just right now on global we are limited. Again, this type of team, the Gifted Warriors, if you do have here the Trunks and Goten, you definitely want to run here kind of like a full Goten and Trunks team, because that's the way they're designed, that's the way they want you to run it, and also it's much more beneficial. But for on global, you have to make a choice between the Easy A's or the Awakenings for the Int and Tech Gotenks and Trunks as well, which is kind of unfortunate. But I mean, these Easy A's, again, I love these kids. These guys are insanely good. They have 18% damage reduction, and we're on the same rotation. They are providing 18% attack and defense to allies, right? So right now, everyone on this turn here is getting 36% attack and defense, which is insane. And they also have 18% damage reduction. So again, these guys are super good. They're definitely in my top 10. Sorry, my top 10 easy A's for sure. Just because they're just so easy to use. Even right now, I believe you still have time to actually get yourself a copy of the Goten, the AGL Goten. If you don't have here, if you don't have the AGL Goten, you can still pick them up from the Baba Shop with the Elder Scrolls, I believe they're called, right? So now we have a rotation the way we wanted. We also have the Golden Frieza with the in free-to-play Frieza. Again, in free-to-play Frieza is just so good. It's just ludicrous. Like, this is like one of the hardest modes in Dokkan for on global side anyway. And Frieza is just basically there as the shield. He's just very consistent, and he actually shares 6 out of 7 links with the Golden Frieza. So again, these guys are going to be very good. And of course, we have here the Golden Frieza, which is going to be basically stacking his defense throughout the turn here. Now, this was actually, I would say, pretty tricky, I want to say, just because, look at this, 4.2. We are just going through the event very quickly with the easy A's. So actually, Frieza stacking his defense is actually going way too fast. Like, we actually don't get that much time to stack up his defense. And look at that, 4 million. Again, these guys are only level link 1, by the way. I haven't not touched their level links at all. They're just fully rainbowed and only level link 1. And look at that, 51k. But again, we also have here the damage reduction. We have the support. Like, these kids are just like, what do you want more from these kids? These guys are very good. I would say I think Trunks is a bit better overall. The reason why is because the Vegeta's family definitely needs more help compared to the Goku's family. So having the structure has more value than the AGL Goten, just because again Goku's family is just stacked on support and characters as well, where the Vegeta's family is much better compared to before. But I mean, it could still use the help here, just because again it's very small compared to the Goku's family. So again, this Frieza here, free-to-play Frieza, is insane. He's good. He's disgusting. Again, he has that guard ability against a Goku's family. He's also a support type unit for this Frieza here as well. As you guys know, Golden Frieza also stacks defense, which is very good for long events as well, and also has a 25%, or it's actually a 30% chance to dodge, because it is a medium chance. I can see here that the friend here, 4.2, again, these guys could look very good. Again, the only thing that we have here, I believe, is Fierce Battle. That's activated. But the thing is that because Golden Frieza and the free-to-play Frieza link up so very good, I can actually set up some orbs for the Goten. So that's why this rotation was working. And again, look at this. This is just easy, casual. No items need to be acquired. Alright? And now this is basically where I get kind of scared, because again, the Golden Ozaru is not a joke, right? So again, the partner super attack is just very easy to use, very simple. Alright? And that's where you get supered as always, right? Just like Super Battle. And then we do take 74k, which is unfortunate, but then there goes Goten at 4.2. Again, these kids are ludicrous. They're just so insane. Now, this is, again, the scary part, because we kind of have to figure out where we're going to get supered. I'm thinking to myself that if we're going to get super, it's probably going to be in the front, hopefully, because that makes the most sense. And again, here we have all these orbs here for Vegeta. I'm pretty sure I do use an item. Oh, I don't use an item. Okay, so I'm gambling that we already get supered in the front. And if we do, Frieza is for sure going to tank it. But also we have a Dokkan attack as well. So I just noticed here. So yeah, I mean, this was actually, again, very simple. It wasn't too difficult, I want to say. And also Vegeta, after he super attacks, he will get his lion's share of his defense as well. Again, this Vegeta is just so consistent. This is actually one of my favorite units here. Orb changers are definitely at this level here, like Vegeta, are actually very good. Alright, so there we go. So no super attack. Alright, so I am panicking right here, because if Frieza in the middle gets super, then it's pretty much GG. Because I don't think we have his full passive anymore. Because he has to get hit for one more time, get for 5 turns. Yeah, so there we go. So we actually get lucky, no super attack. Again, Vegeta 3.7, by the way, when only Fierce Battle activated, I believe. And I think he has Shocking Speed as well. Or Prepare for Battle, I'm not too sure. Oh, he has Prepare for Battle here. But you can see we actually did not get super, so we got very lucky. And also, this was actually very good as well. So Goten in the front, I'm pretty sure we're going to get supered, so I decided not to use an item. But I believe I actually used the active skill here. And I think that's unfortunate that the Golden Ozaru is only attacking once at the back. So when I use the active skill, we're actually only going to be getting, here that 110% for his attack and defense rates for the Goten and Trunks here, which is unfortunate, because again, for them to be fully built up, you have to dodge 3 times. The friend is at 79%, so I'm not too sure if he had any dodge into him. But again, the active skill gives you a 100% chance to dodge. Here we get super, which is fine because Goten is going to tank it very well for 49k. And then there we go, 4.2. Again, these guys are building up. Look at the HP of the Golden Ozaru. Like, it's almost done here, which is like ludicrous, right? So there we go. I mean, I probably will make a team here with the EZA. So the EZA Super Saiyan for Goku's with the kids here to have our EZA as well. That is probably going to be a very mean rotation because, again, the EZA so far that came out on Global are just like insane. They're just so ridiculous. There we go, 5.4. Very, very good. Again, is that the friend or is this mine here? Actually, I don't remember. This is the friend here. So we actually get a beautiful crit, and we actually almost take out the Golden Ozaru. So at this point here, I am going to put Frieza in the front, the golden one, just because we want to get that extra stack of defense. We are going to heal with all those orbs as well. And now this is basically after the Golden Ozaru, the end stage is actually very simple because most of our units on this team are going to be physical. So it's going to be a very easy run here. Like I said, this was actually going by very, very quickly, where Frieza here actually doesn't stack up his defense as much as I would like. Because going in the last phase, you definitely want to have your defense around at least 500k or 600k, because right now our defense is only around like 300k minimum, I want to say, or probably even 250 because we're just going by very, very quickly, right? So yeah, now we have Trunks here. Trunks is going to be super fine, and everyone here is going to be attacking before Goku hits him, except for the except for the Trunks in the front. But Trunks has type advantage and also has the 18% damage reduction. So again, we're taking no damage whatsoever. 3.8. Now, there's one thing I do have to say here is that my Trunks is only SA 14 out of 15. So this is why probably, what's his face here? Goten is hitting a little bit higher than the Trunks. It's because he's fully 15 out of 15, but the Trunks is 14 out of 15. Unfortunately, I'm out of other Kais because I had to use it on the Goten and Trunks here. So there goes Vegeta. Again, he is on a super attack before he gets hit. Of course, he doesn't take double figures. So again, this is definitely one of the easiest stages for sure. And also, we have nothing to worry about. And of course, I'm going to put Frieza in the front because he does have that beautiful type advantage. And our defense here is only 343. So again, you go into the tech phase, you definitely want it at least at 500. Just because that Goku, when he super attacks, he does numbers, right? Alright, so here we go. So now at this particular point, I do also have to use the active skill for my Goten and Trunks because they're only 55%. And I want to make sure that I use it where Goku is an attack at least 3 times. So they can build up their attack and defense, because the last phase, again, Goku isn't hit very hard, and in the last phase you're not able to dodge, so I have to be very, very careful. Alright, so there we go. And then of course our beautiful guard ability, you know, we take no damage. So now you can see here, again, their attack will fluctuate because sometimes it can hit at least 4 million, right? But now it's at 2.4, barely 3 million. But again, it always depends on their passive, because it is a great chance to activate with a 70% chance, but again, it's always based on RNG here. So again, I didn't really have to do any edits here. I will go to fast forward the tech part, because the tech part is always the longest part because you can always dodge. Again, I can see here there's gonna be 2 attacks at least at the back, so I have to make sure I actually use the active skill, because this is actually pretty dangerous, because again, these kids hit very hard, and we can actually even kill Goku this phase here. If everyone gets a double super attack, we could probably kill Goku and decides not to dodge. So I decided to use the active skill. I mean, everyone's defense is a-okay. Alright, and there we go. So of course we take double figures. We get the level 3 dodge. Alright, so Trunks is gonna be completely fine. 4 million. Again, it's just really, really good. Here comes Goten at 4.1. Again, these kids just hit so freaking hard. I mean, if we got double additional super, I think we actually might kill Goku. So we are getting supered here. Fortunately, it is going to be Goten, and it does take the attack. Type neutral, but again, we only take here 132k. That's nothing. That's really good considering that it's type neutral. Goku can hit way harder, but again, that damage reduction and that support he's getting from Trunks is just really, really good. So now we do raise our attack and defense by 10%. So now it's by 20%, and we are missing by 1, but that's fine because it should be enough for us to kill or survive the next phase of this turn here. So I make sure I do this here to Frieza. Alright, there we go. Again, the key is just not a problem, because again, both Friezas actually share 6 out of 7 links, and also this Vegeta is an orb changer, so we are able to get most of those keys here for the Vegeta here without any setup. So again, this was very, very simple. Honestly, we haven't used a single item yet to this stage here, so this is definitely an easy no item run on global. But I believe with the same name update, it would be much more easier. Just right now, Unfortunately, on global we are limited, so we do have to work with what we got here. So there we go. And then here comes Vegeta 3.5. So again, this run, again, after doing this stage multiple times, I can definitely say I think the end stage for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a little bit overrated because it's actually one of the easiest stages in the phase here, in my opinion, right? So when you get to the stage here, I believe this is the stage where you can cool down, but now you kind of have to worry for next stage here. So at this point here, I'm actually deciding if I should keep the Goten on rotation. The reason why is because next phase is going to be tech here, but because we have that 18% damage reduction, I decided to keep him on rotation because the Trunks and Goten, they're not bad defensively, but I mean that 18% damage reduction with having over 200k of defense, I just feel is much more better compared to having like probably maximum 200k of defense after the super attack, right? So at this point, this is where I speed things up because again, this is going to be the longest part of the event. Again, we do get super, which is actually pretty good. 70k, that's nothing. Again, this Frieza is just really, really good. He's free to play, which actually makes things very interesting, right? Like this character is free to play, and he's doing very, very good. One thing that we get very lucky is that there's no attacks at the back, so we got very lucky here. Same thing here, but this time I decided to rotate off the Goten just because Goten again does have type disadvantage. We would take double figures, but I mean I don't want to take a risk taking a super attack. Now this actually made me scared because we were taking 26k of damage. But again, luckily we didn't get supered because at least Richard got a chance to raise his defense, so we got pretty lucky. Again, the Gifted Warriors, there's just so many good units on the category. Also, I think I saw a tweet here from Air Dokkan, a shout out to Air Dokkan. But there are going to be new units that will be added to the category. Now, unfortunately, I did not even catch this, but the full power Frieza was actually not part of it. So now he's going to be part of the Gifted Warriors. And I believe also Majin Buu, there's going to be a kid, the Int one, Kid Buu is also going to be part of the Gifted Warriors. So I guess that makes sense because, you know, he's pretty much like he's like actually very strong, right? From I guess from natural. So again, that's pretty good actually that we're getting more units for the Gifted Warriors. But very happy that full power Frieza is going to be part of the category. I'm not too sure what other units are that you can actually add here. I'm not too sure if Oob is actually part of it. I think Oob should be part of it. Should be part of Gifted Warriors. I have to check the roster here. Actually, let me actually check it here. I believe Oob should be part of Gifted Warriors because as a kid he's already strong, right? Because he's the reincarnation of Buu. So let me actually check that out here because I'm not too sure actually. But as you can see here, the kids here are doing completely fine. The friend here is going to get a super attack, but we do raise our defense and we also have an Android 8. So at this point here, now we're at halfway of the Goku's HP, so this is where I slow things down because this is basically where we actually kind of blitz through everything, especially with the Dokkan attack. So I am going to go ahead and transform with Golden Frieza. Frieza's defense is going to be A-okay considering that we do have here close to 600k of defense because we do have an Android 8 activated and we're also going to heal up with the Dokkan attack. So again, I'm pretty sure we are going to get supered in the middle with the free-to-play int Frieza here just because, just because most attacks are in the middle. And as you can see, I can set up for Goten at the back because again, these Friezas link up very well. Alright, so let me check out the Gifted Warriors here. Let's actually go here. Also, you guys are new to the channel, you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos, comment down below. Let me know what your team build is for the Gifted Warriors if you are going to be doing the Legendary GT Goku event. Honestly, this is a very easy no item run, but again, it all depends where we get supered, but I decided not to go for a no item run because, you know, it's pretty risky, right? So it is what it is. And also it takes actually quite a long time to beat this event, which is actually not really ideal when you do die at the very, very end, right? Because you have to start all over again. So for Gifted Warriors, do we have Oob? We do not. Okay. I mean, I believe Oob definitely deserves of being part of this category. So we'll just see how many more units they do add to the category. But I definitely believe Oob should be part of the category, right? Because again, he's actually very good. So we'll just see. Because Oob is actually not that used that often, I want to say. He's only used for specific events, so him being on Gifted Warriors, that also includes Kamehameha, is actually going to be very good for him as well, right? So because he actually links up pretty well with the Gohan, right, with Cold Judgment. So again, we'll just see here later on in the future, but I feel like Oob should definitely be part of the Gifted Warriors. Alright, so now we're at the last phase here. We did get a super attack. Again, Frieza hit very, very hard, which is actually very good. Again, this is actually took me by surprise how much damage we're taking with the Vegeta. 30k per hit is actually more than I wanted, but again, I have to remember that Vegeta is only 55%. It also gets most of his defense after he super attacks, right? Now, this was actually very risky because we could have gone super in the middle. I probably should have used an item, but decided to kind of gamble on it. But again, look at this. Goku's almost done. 4.3 for the friend at 79%. Again, it's very, very good. We have, I think, most relics activate here. Because we do have Fierce Battle with Vegeta. So there we go. 39k. Again, this is a 79% friend. So 39k per hit after they super attack is quite a lot. But we have enough to beat Goku. So there we go. That is the Gifted Warriors team. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit like button. Sub for more videos coming down below. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!